universe is an amazing area full of galaxies, stars, and planets. Also, we have dimensions where millions of planets, stars, and many other things can be found. With the dimensions, you question yourself about. In other galaxies, may be other forms of life, and some much other questions that people make itself during hours, days, months, and even years. But first, you need to make these questions to yourself. What is a dimension? Well, dimension is a word often misused. I think we all agree that a dimension is something that is measurable. Another definition of dimension is that it gives a freedom of motion. But then we can really say that time is a dimension because we can really move in it. Can we? Also, the galaxies are being classified in so many types you can even imagine. Here you can see many galaxies that are nearby ours, the Milky Way, and also what is beyond the dimensions. Well, beyond dimensions are so many objects that need to be discovered, like empty areas and the farthest objects that we can see, the quasars. All of these dimensions and many other things amazing form the known universe.
The Sombrero Galaxy. Has a bright nucleus. The galaxy ellipticals. These galaxies have an elliptical profile. Galaxy spirals are galaxies whose visible stars take on a spiraling pinwheel shape. Galaxy starburst and still contribute an estimated 15% to the total stars production rate. Galaxy interacting. These galaxies are relatively frequent and play an important role in their evolution. Galaxy active nucleus. A portion of these galaxies we can observe are classified as active. Galaxy formation current cosmological models of the early universe. Galaxy future trends. Once stars have converted the available supply of the hydrogen into other elements. Galaxy draft. These galaxies are relatively small when compared with other galactic formations. Galaxy evolution within a billion years of a galaxy formation.
We believe, but we cannot yet prove that our multiverse of universe is 11-dimensional. So, think on this 11-dimensional arena. And this arena, there are bubbles. Bubbles that float, and the skin of the bubble represents an entire universe. So we are like flies trapped on a fly paper. We are on the skin of a bubble. It's three-dimensional bubble. The three-dimensional bubble is expanding, and that's called the Big Bang theory. And something these bubbles can bump to each other. Sometimes they can split apart, and that we think is the Big Bang. So we even have a theory of the Big Bang itself. Now you ask a question: what about the dimensional of each bubble? Well, in string theory, we can have bubbles of different dimensions. The highest dimension is the 11. You cannot go beyond the 11, because universes become unstable beyond 11. If I write a theory of 13, 15-dimensional universe is unstable, and it collapses it down to a 11-dimensional universe. But we think 11 dimensions. You can have bubbles that are 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional. These are membranes, so for sure we call them branes. So these branes can exist in different dimensions. And let's say P represents the dimension of each bubble. So we call them P-branes. So a P-brane is a universe in different dimensions floating in a much larger arena. And this larger arena is the hyperspace. Also remember that each bubble vibrates, and each bubble vibrating produces music. This music of these membranes is the subatomic particles. Each subatomic particle represents a note on a vibrating string or vibrating membranes. So, believe it or not, We now have a candidate of the mind of God that Albert Einstein wrote about in his 30 last years of his life. The mind of God in this picture will be cosmic music resonating through a 11-dimensional hyperspace.